Hi, my name is Dan. Welcome to a place where we take cool and useful information from the internet, from our own minds, from industry professionals, and even from you, the viewers. Mix those ingredients with filmmaking, entrepreneurship, gear reviews, special guests, and even life hacks. And what do you get? Welcome to the Take and Give Show. What is going on, everyone? Dan Bennett, founder and creative director at DNA Design Company and host of the Take and Give Show. This is episode 4. Okay, I'm sure some of you guys have probably figured this out by now, but part of what we want to do here on the Take and Give Show is bring in industry experts from all kinds of genres to share with us their tips and tricks, unique insights, and general information that might make our lives just a little bit easier. On this episode, we talk about real estate. We sat down and interviewed Andy Hayes of the Hayes team, a Century 21 Metro broker. And we talked about everything from his unique approach to team, how he uses and implements technology in his business, and some of the great applications and software that really seem to be making the real estate industry run just a little bit smoother nowadays. So whether you're buying a home, selling a home, or maybe even interested in becoming a real estate agent yourself, this episode is jam-packed with great information. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the interview. What's going on, everyone? Dan Bennett, DNA Design Company, host of the Take and Give Show, and today I'm sitting here with Andy Hayes of the Hayes team, Century 21 Metro Brokers, and you're part of a duo.
Yeah. So my mom and I started a real estate team at Century 21 Metro Brokers. In reality, it's because I have a full-time job during the day, but my love for real estate, I wanted to get back into it. I did it in college, but I didn't have time to do it full-time, right? So I can't attend my day-to-day operations. So by starting a team, my mother's able to cover those day-to-day operations from the hours 8 to 4:30, and at 4:30 I can start taking those phone calls and start selling houses.
All right, so you have the 1-2 punch, a duo right now, but you've mentioned before that there could be an opportunity for expansion there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're always looking for new agents to join us, whether they're experienced or new. It's a really hot market right now. It's really actually a great time to get into it.
Right. It makes sense. Being a homeowner and a landlord separately, this topic interests me anyway, because I kind of, to a certain degree, have to pay attention to that market and how it moves. As far as looking for team members and stuff, is that something we can share with our audience?
Absolutely. Anybody out there that's interested in joining the real estate market, I'd love for you to give me a shout out, and we can talk about how you can join the real estate market and how you can get your license.
Very cool. So some people don't know this. I've thrown it out here and there, but I live in Flint, Michigan. Genesee County is our county, and being that the team that you're involved in is kind of based in Grand Blanc, I guess, but you guys live in different areas. Do you find that you can maybe ship someone over to someone else because of where they live, or they are more intact with that market?
We're both pretty intact with Genesee County. Because of the technology that's available to us, we can get all the information we need for any area in the state, really. But the county, is very easy for us because we've lived here our whole lives. We've traveled it. We know it.
Right.
So it's very easy for us to go throughout the whole county.
That's cool. I like to point that out because a lot of YouTube shows, it's like, I have no idea where this person's from. They might eventually say, I'm in San Francisco or whatever, but I do know that some people that watch and participate with Taking and Giving with the show are from the Genesee County area. So if someone happens to be watching and might want to sell a home or buy a home, I like to point out the fact that this is where we're from. So.
Yeah, and exactly. But keep in mind that even though we're in Genesee County, we are licensed in the state of Michigan. Cool. So we've sold houses way up north. I have one going on right now in Grass Lake. Cool. Which is about an hour and 15 minutes from here. Nice. So we're all over the state.
Versatility, that's
Absolutely.
Good. Very cool. Okay, so you mentioned that you have a full-time gig, but you do real estate as well. I love the side hustle.
Absolutely.
It's something that has helped me build a career with DNA Design Company because I've been able to do other things at the same time. So this is something that you came back to?
Yeah, so when I was in college, I started as a loan officer. So I did mortgages. So I learned the real estate market from the financing side to start with.
Right.
And then while I was sitting there, I said, you know what? I could make twice as much if I was the real estate agent and the loan officer on the same deal.
Right.
So I took the 40-hour class, got my real estate license, and things started rolling for me.
Nice. Are there huge differences between those two, mentally, the way you approach them?
I don't think they're very different, but for me, I use it as a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
So even though people, when they come to me, are already pre-approved for a mortgage, I can talk the mortgage lingo to them because I've done it.
Right.
I know I can, in a way, pre-approve them in my mind without actually checking their credit score and all that,
Right.
because I know a lot of the requirements.
So as you guys know, technology, gadgets, software, all that stuff is a big part of the Take and Give show, and I would imagine that stuff transcends into the real estate market nowadays too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The biggest thing about being in real estate is knowing, when things hit the market, hitting it right at the right time.
Right.
So for me personally, I've got my Apple Watch. When things are popping up, it alerts me as soon as possible if my phone's across the room or
Nice.
across the the office.
Yep.
I've got my iPhone. In my home office, I have a Microsoft Surface, so it's a tablet / laptop,
Right.
And I put it on a docking station with a couple monitors up there, so I can take my office with me, and I have full access to my whole office.
Mobility.
But when I get home, I can put it up there
Yeah.
and I can sit back and actually look at maps and look at homes and pictures and really see what's going on there.
Right. That's one that's true to my heart because I use 3 monitors total, and it's all about, pun intended, real estate.
Absolutely.
You're working with all your video files over here and maybe some color correction here, and then your main playback and edit in the middle. And it's one of those things that when I do go out and I'm on just a laptop, I feel a little restricted or whatever.
I
So
feel
it's
like I
cool.
need glasses or microscope
Right.
sometimes to see what's going on. So
Totally.
it's definitely better to put it up on those big screens so
Yeah.
I can see a map and I can see what's around the homes and what other homes are for sale in the area.
So another part that we love to hit on here, and you guys have seen in past episodes, is software and applications that go along with them and stuff. So let's hit some of both what you use as an agent and then maybe what some of our viewers could use if they want to buy or sell a home.
Yeah, absolutely. So one software that I've started using recently is called LionDesk.
Okay.
It's a CRM system, a customer relationship manager system, and it helps me to keep track of all my clients. And also at the same time, it helps me keep track of all of my deals that are in place.
Okay.
So I have a database of all my clients. I have a database of all of my professional contacts, like appraisers, inspectors, lenders. So I have everybody at the ready.
Nice.
So I always have an email address and a phone number right at my fingertips.
Now, when you told me about this software, I was unaware of it, but I know there's a lot of CRM or customer relationship management type tools out there. Is this one kind of geared toward real estate?
Yeah, so this one's kind of geared toward real estate. And that's kind of how I found I was just doing real estate CRM searches on Google to find what kind of the best tool for me.
Cool.
They have some really cool options in it. For example, I can send an email with a video embedded right in the email. Nice. So instead of having to click on a link, like a YouTube link or something like that, I can insert right into the email and it shows my face talking automatically.
Yeah, so you're making a connection with someone right away, which is
I started my career at a Chamber of Commerce, and I always remember the gentleman that sat across from me. He always said, people like to do business with people they know.
Right.
So my goal by using video is for people to get to know me just a little bit better.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. Obviously, the video is a part of what I do.
Absolutely.
And I've had different, pieces of video that I've either had to be in or have been asked to be in or whatever, and then there is a recognition now and then. And it's interesting that that's how the brain works, and it brings a trust and a comfort to someone they don't even know why.
Right.
So that is, it's great to take advantage of that. And, in a world full of noise and all kinds of tools and people and everyone has different thoughts and ideas, at least you get to kind of cut through a little bit and This is me,
and,
this is what you
they
get.
see all this curly hair coming at them and they know
Right.
That's Andy Hayes, Century 21.
All right, cool. So another app that you told me about is called SpotCrime, and this one is something that you said could be used by agents and people who are looking to move.
Absolutely. So as agents, we have responsibilities and we have rules of what we can share with our clients and what we can't.
Okay.
For example, if you told me you don't want to live in a bad area, what I think is a bad area and what you think is a bad area are completely different things.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I can't go and say, well, this is a bad area, you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll show you all the homes, and then what I'll do is I'll pull up the SpotCrime app and go, here's all the crime that's happened in this area recently.
Cool.
So instead of you having to call the police station or ask the neighbors, it actually pulls all the public information and shows you all the crime that's been around lately.
Right, which comes right back to convenience, which is very quickly becoming a theme in this interview on both sides, on your side and someone who's looking to buy or sell a home. And I'm all about trying to educate people before we ever meet when I have new clients. So if you're watching and you're thinking about buying or selling a home, not only should you get a hold of Andy, but sounds like SpotCrime is an application that could give them a heads up before they even start looking. And everyone's saving time at that point in time. Right?
It's a great free tool.
Awesome. All right, so another thing that we love on the Take and Give show is tips and tricks, life hacks, all that kind of stuff, right? So if someone's thinking of buying or selling a home, is there anything that they can do to kind of like get the jump on what's available out there? And is there good information and bad information?
Yeah, absolutely. So two of the top websites that pop up when you Google homes for sale is going to be Trulia and Zillow.
Right.
Not the most reliable sources. I'm not going to say they're awful because they have some good information, but they're not the most reliable. Zillow is known for what they call Zestimates, which is they tell you what the home is worth.
Right.
But if you go in to do more research on that, the CEO of Zillow actually sold his house for 40% less than the Zestimate.
Right.
So their Zestimates are way off the base. I don't know where they get their information from, but for some reason their values are always much higher than what they should be.
Okay. And that's the
norm. It's a norm for Zillow. It causes us some heartache because clients come to us thinking I can sell my home for $300,000 when it might be $220.
Right.
Or 100 versus 85.
Right.
You know.
So the lesson to be learned in this is to talk to a respected and professional real estate agent and get that information locked down before you even start thinking about doing anything, right? And the other site was?
Yeah, so the one that I like to use is called HomeSnap.
Okay.
It's actually an app for your phone.
Okay.
It will, my favorite part of it is GPS powered.
Okay.
So you see a house for sale and you're like, I wonder what you know, I don't know the address because it's not clearly marked, but I want to know what it's for sale for. Pull up the app, and it's going to come up as a red dot and say, this home's for sale. You click on it, it'll tell you how much it's worth.
Okay.
It also tells you estimated value of homes.
Gotcha.
Much more accurate than Zestimate.
Gotcha. Do you think they're just pulling their information from a different place, or do you think there's more humans involved as opposed to computers trying to figure it out? Or?
So HomeSnap actually is able to pull the information directly from the MLS or the multiple listing service that realtors use.
Okay.
So they pull it much more quickly.
Gotcha.
Because it's actually tied to the MLS service.
That makes sense. And this sounds like another one that plays on both sides of the fence, that it's a good tool for the agent and the prospective home buyer as well.
It has options for both people. I use it daily. We also have client reports that they can sign up for. So if they were to become a client of mine on HomeSnap, they can get, I think it's a monthly report of how real estate's doing in the area.
Nice. So just like all the other apps and softwares we've talked about on previous episodes, we'll have those links below. Is there anything you want to make sure the people know about what you got going on or how they can get a hold of you or any of that?
Facebook.com/Agent Andy Hayes.
Cool.
You can also reach me on email, agentandyhayes@gmail.com.
I like it.
Or you can always text me, call me, 810-813-8510. And if I can read Dan, he might put it right there.
That's where it's going. Definitely. Well, man, I hope you get blown up. I appreciate you being on the show. Part of what we want to do in the Take and Give show is to bring industry professionals that can bring you value, tips and tricks, help you get through life a little bit easier. And feel free to share this as always. Give us a thumbs up if you dig it. Subscribe. All of Andy's contact information is going to be below, like we said. And oh yeah,
ring that bell.
Ring the bell. You want to ring it? It's right there.
Ding!
Appreciate it, guys. I'm Dan Bennett. This is Andy Hayes, and this is the Take and Give show. We'll see you next time.